but Stunna hopped in and said the story was all cap. According to Stunna, he had a show in Atlanta and left the chains in his whip.
Stunna 4 Vegas and DaBaby were running wild together, shaking up the whole rap scene like nothing could stop them. But now we gotta talk about how it all crashed down and why rumors are flying that Stunna allegedly pulled a gun on one of DaBaby's own artists. Stunna 4. Vegas came up out of Salisbury, North Carolina, where chances were slim and dreams didn't come easy. His dad wasn't around when he was growing up, and at first, Stunna tried to make something happen through sports, balling on the court and grinding on the field. His cousin Javon Hargrave made it big as a defensive tackle for the Minnesota Vikings, but Stunna realized quick that wasn't his lane, bro. So he switched it up and jumped straight into the booth. He started dropping tracks and doing small shows all across North Carolina, hustling for every dollar. Back then, it was just tiny club gigs, and Stunna was only pocketing about $300 a show. Maybe a band or two if the crowd was lit. Still, his paper was light, and he was hungry for more. Even though his name wasn't ringing outside of Carolina yet, people in his state could feel something big coming. That's when a local DJ decided to post about Stunna, and that move changed everything.
You got a little thing that just happened where you got one of your chains got stolen. It wasn't stolen off of you.
No, man.
It was in a vehicle, and it got stolen out of the vehicle, correct?
The whole vehicle got stolen.
Oh, with the jewelry inside of it.
DaBaby saw the post, liked it, and from there, it was up. At that time, DaBaby had already been putting in serious work in the rap game. He dropped his first mixtape back in 2015, and by 2018, his name was buzzing heavy in the industry. He wasn't at superstar status just yet, but he was way ahead of where Stunna was. When they finally linked up, it was instant chemistry. DaBaby saw the spark in Stunna right away. He knew the kid had that star energy, even if the world hadn't caught on yet. The bond was real, and the takeover was just beginning.
Stunna comes around the corner, and he cocks and points it at me and tell me to get the back and told her, like, I told you not to go with that girl without me.
The day after Stunna and DaBaby first linked up, they hit the studio and cooked up straight fire, the track Animal. That joint went crazy online and officially put Stunna 4 Vegas on the map. Streams were flying up, fans couldn't get enough, and DaBaby made sure the momentum never slowed down. They stayed locked in the booth, grinding nonstop, and DaBaby even started bringing Stunna out on stage during his own shows. The chemistry between them was undeniable.
I would never harm none of our black women. Not the righteous ones, not the dirty, not the... I wouldn't harm none of them.
After just a few months of rolling with DaBaby, Stunna's life completely flipped. He went from performing for a couple $100 to racking up thousands every single night. The glow up was real. DaBaby believed in him heavy and pushed his name everywhere he could. When DaBaby dropped his Blank Blank mixtape in 2018, Stunna was the only feature on the whole project. That move spoke volumes. That tape turned into a major win for DaBaby too. Jay-Z's Rock Nation stepped in to handle the distribution, giving the project real industry weight. That's when DaBaby started leveling up fast. And by 2019, he landed a massive deal with Interscope worth 7 figures. A whole bag secured.
I moved to my girlfriend.
Hold up, bring that back. Bring it. You
Nah,
did
look,
what?
I told him, y'all. I told him off camera why, but to show my girlfriend, I did come to Houston. I found love in Houston, man. I found peace in Houston. I came to Houston and started thinking way different. I stopped doing a lot of shit I was doing. I just like grew
But
up.
DaBaby didn't just think about himself. He made sure his people ate too. When he inked that deal, DaBaby made sure Interscope brought Stunna along for the ride. Stunna was already signed under DaBaby's own label, Billion Dollar Baby Entertainment, but now he had a major label deal backing him too. In just a few months of linking with DaBaby, Stunna had gone from local shows to real money and major fame. The dream was turning real, and it happened fast. Stunna told DJ Vlad that before DaBaby even signed him, he had already run up nearly $200,000 just off features and shows. The hustle was paying off big time. Then he and DaBaby dropped the heater Ashley, where DaBaby rapped, "I got my young knuckish rich in 6 months. Play with me, get your shit bust." A clear shout out to how fast Stunna's life flipped. When Stunna dropped his first record under Interscope, everything was looking up. His name was buzzing everywhere. But just when things were peaking, drama hit hard. Headlines started flying about somebody snatching the chains right off his neck. Pictures of Stunna's jewelry started surfacing all over IG, and people online were saying he got robbed. The talk was wild, but Stunna wasn't having it. He jumped in quick and shut the rumors down. He said the story was all capped.
Feel me? To go like separate ways, I'm like, man, I'm trying to go do some shit I got on the table, and I can add you in on it, or we could just, I probably after talking a few times, we just, you feel me, it wasn't nothing more, nothing less than, all right, bet, and go do whatever you're trying to do.
According to Stunna, he was in Atlanta doing a show when the situation went down. In an interview with the Only Way Out podcast, he explained that his whole car got stolen. The chains just happened to be inside the whip. He said he never even saw the people who took it. And get this, Stunna made it clear he wasn't about to pay to get the jewelry back. He said he wasn't stressing it because, in his words, he could always buy more ice. Still, after that situation, people started noticing his career slowing down a bit. 2019 had been a massive year for him, signing a major deal, dropping his first record, and working with big names like Offset. But the buzz was starting to fade. Stunna 4. Vegas was still in his bag, linking up with big names like Lil Durk and Lil Yachty, while continuing to drop joint tracks with DaBaby that kept fans hyped. Every time they stepped in the booth together, the numbers went up fast. Pure chemistry. Then 2020 kicked off wild. Stunna dropped his second album in January, and it debuted at number 29 on the Billboard 200. A major win for someone who had come up from small club shows. Just a month later, he leveled up even more by jumping on Go Stupid with Polo G and NLE Choppa, which turned into one of the biggest tracks of his entire career. The energy was crazy, and it felt like Stunna was about to reach a whole new level. But even with the success, things started to shift.
In the atmosphere that I'm in right now, like, y'all don't see me dropping music every weekend, every week, and whoop. It's because I don't care. For real, like, I'm dead ass serious. I don't care to be a rapper, bro. I'm not finna get up here and shake my ass. I'm not finna get up here and beef with everybody.
Critics weren't feeling his new stuff like they did in 2018 and 2019, and fans began to drift away too. Stunna was still working with big name rappers and making money, but when he dropped another album in November 2020, the results weren't good. It didn't chart at all. The buzz that once had him on top was starting to fade fast. In 2021, Stunna hit the brakes completely. No new drops, no big moves. Around that same time, DaBaby ran into his own major roadblock after that controversial Rolling Loud moment that shook his whole career. It was like both of their momentum froze at once. Then in 2022, Stunna made his comeback with his fourth project, but nobody realized it would end up being his last release under DaBaby's label. Behind the scenes, tension was starting to rise. After DaBaby signed Stunna, he later brought a female rapper named Kilo onto $1 Billion Baby Entertainment.
I tell that nigga right now, like, you know, I'm happy for him, because whatever you're doing now, that's what you want to be doing. That's what you'd rather be doing. I'm that type of nigga.
DaBaby and Kilo dropped a few tracks together, and she started getting some serious attention. But that move was about to stir up a lot more drama than anyone expected. Things started getting real messy at $1 Billion Baby Entertainment. Kilo was making waves as the label's rising female artist, but her moment got clouded when DaBaby's public drama with his ex, Danny Lee, took over the spotlight. Her mixtape release got buried in all the chaos, and fans barely noticed her new music because everyone was tuned in to DaBaby's controversy. But that wasn't the only storm brewing inside the label. Things between Kilo and Stunna 4 Vegas allegedly got intense. According to rumors, their beef escalated to a point where Stunna supposedly pulled a gun on her. The details around what started it are blurry, but Kilo claimed that she smashed Stunna's girl's phone, which led to the girl screaming for help. That's when she alleged Stunna walked up and pointed a gun at her. Kilo didn't stay quiet either. She started calling Stunna out online, saying he was ducking smoke in North Carolina and hiding out in Houston instead of facing his problems back home. Then, things got even messier when she allegedly broke his phone too. Stunna wasn't letting that slide though. He hopped on Instagram Live and said the whole story was capped.
That's something you supposed to do on the front end. You know what I'm saying? That's something you're supposed to do on the front end.
He made it public.
Yeah. I mean, what made what public? The fact that
like that, he wasn't with you no more.
Yeah. He ain't supposed to let niggas play like that.
He made it clear that he would never harm a woman and said Kilo was just chasing attention after leaving DaBaby's label. According to him, she was only talking crazy because her music wasn't moving like it used to. Still, not everyone believes Stunna's side of the story. Some people in North Carolina started whispering that Kilo might have been telling the truth about him running from his ops. Stunna reps hard for his home state, and his name is tied to the streets. On tracks like Animal, he raps about sliding on enemies and living that life for real, saying, they get him knocked off, he won't even be able to pick a side. We beat down your block, they like get inside. 223s and my nog slide. Rumor has it, Stunna's allegedly connected with a local crew called YRB, and one of his close homies, Sin, reportedly got locked up for a serious charge. Stunna even posted him on IG showing support. Whether all the talk is true or not, one thing's for sure. The drama around Stunna 4 Vegas was getting deeper than music. In 2021, Stunna 4 Vegas was all over the headlines again. And this time, it was for some wild street drama. Reports started flying that a group of shooters pulled up to one of his shows and tried to take him out. People online went crazy, saying the concert got shot up. But later, it came out that the shooting actually happened at an after party, not during the show itself. Nobody really knows if Stunna was still in the area when it went down, but the rumors kept spreading fast. Kilo added more fuel to the fire by saying Stunna was living in Houston because he couldn't go back to North Carolina. But Stunna cleared that up in an interview with Vlad TV, saying he moved to Houston for love, not fear.
I appreciate Baby for sure, anything he did, but like him putting me in every place or stage or platform that he put me in, I just stood on business. Like I did whatever I had to do for them folks to call back or for anybody to reach out that wanted to ever do business with me.
He had met a female rapper named Monaleo at a studio session in Houston, and the two hit it off quick. From the jump, he knew he wanted to move there and start fresh with her. Once he got to Texas, everything started to change for him. Before the move, Stunna admitted he had been struggling with pills and lean, but in Houston, he found a new rhythm. He started hitting the gym, staying active, and even got back into hooping again. One day, while at a basketball gym, he met a local AAU team, and instead of just watching, he decided to get involved. Stunna started managing the squad, buying them new shoes, jerseys, and even paying out of pocket to send them to tournaments. That move showed a whole new side of him, less about flexing and more about giving back. By the time 2023 rolled around, though, Stunna was feeling done with the rap industry altogether. He'd been through the fame, the rumors, and the drama, and decided it was time for peace. So he asked DaBaby to release him from $1 Billion Baby Entertainment and let him move on.
So do you think you signed a bad deal?
I got out of it. I just got them. Like I said, I should have known certain that I didn't really know. That
Right.
my new lawyer told me, like, once he got down to the nitty gritty, he like let me know.
When word got out that
like
Stunna 4 Vegas was no longer signed to DaBaby, the internet went crazy. Rumors started flying from every direction. Some folks claimed Stunna got dropped, while others said the two had fallen out and were secretly beefing behind the scenes. The blogs were eating it up. Then Stunna hopped on Instagram Live to set things straight. He made it clear he didn't get dropped, but he didn't spill all the details either. He told fans he wasn't stressing about being a rapper, shaking his ass for fans, or wasting time beefing with other artists. The energy was raw, and it definitely had people wondering if those comments were aimed at DaBaby. At first, it looked like there might have been some shade thrown, but later on, Stunna said there was no bad blood, that he and DaBaby just grew apart naturally. Still, fans weren't fully buying it, especially after DaBaby spoke on the situation in 2024. He said that Stunna had actually reached out to him, and he made it clear he still wanted to see Stunna win. But DaBaby also admitted he was a little heated because he doesn't let anyone talk wild about their past situation. Even with both sides trying to keep things cool publicly, it was obvious there had been tension when they were still working together. During another interview, someone asked Stunna if he'd signed a bad deal, and his answer had fans raising eyebrows. He said he managed to get out of it once he brought in his own lawyer. Stunna didn't outright say DaBaby gave him a bad contract, but the message was clear. He wasn't happy with how the money was moving. It was a complicated ending to what started as a brotherly come-up story. DaBaby was the one who put Stunna in the spotlight and helped build his career, but somewhere along the way, things behind the scenes just stopped lining up for Stunna 4 Vegas. After everything that went down, fans thought Stunna 4 Vegas might be done with rap for good. But in 2024, he surprised everyone by signing with a smaller label called STB Entertainment and dropping a brand new album. Even though it was a comeback move, the numbers told a different story. His fall off was wild. Stunna went from pulling in millions of streams with every drop to barely cracking 100,000 on his new songs. It was a major shift for someone who used to dominate playlists and charts. But at this point, the rap game wasn't what Stunna was focused on anymore. His life had taken a whole new direction. Back in 2023, he and Monaleo welcomed their first child together, and a couple of years later, the two got married. Now they're talking about expanding their family and keeping their focus on building something real beyond the music. These days, Stunna's more locked in on managing basketball players than chasing the spotlight. He's been working closely with youth teams, helping young athletes chase their dreams. And even mentioned he's thinking about going to college to sharpen his management skills. That's a whole new side of Stunna, a man focused on growth, family, and purpose. Sure, he's not making the kind of money he was back when he was running with DaBaby, but he's still good financially. From early on, Stunna played it smart with his cash. Instead of blowing hundreds of thousands on exotic rides and flexing for social media, he kept it humble, buying himself a $25,000 Jeep and stacking the rest. That move showed everyone he wasn't just another flashy rapper. He was thinking long term. Stunna might have stepped away from the rap spotlight, but he's building a new legacy on his own terms. A lot of fans were hoping Stunna 4 Vegas and DaBaby would make peace and jump back in the booth together like old times. That duo had a crazy run, and people still talk about the energy they brought when they teamed up. But nobody knew if that moment would ever come back, until October 2025, when Stunna and his wife Monaleo pulled up to the Breakfast Club. During the interview, Stunna revealed that he actually reached out to DaBaby personally to take accountability for how things fell apart between them. He made it clear he wasn't looking for any handouts. He just wanted to clear the air like a man. They had a real conversation and finally squashed the tension that had been hanging over them for years. It looks like the beef is officially dead, but let's be real. That legendary run they had in 2019 will probably never be recreated again. Still, it's good to see both of them growing, maturing, and finding peace after everything that went down. If you've been rocking with this story, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share this video. Let's get the conversation going. Should Stunna and DaBaby drop another track together or let the past stay in the past?